What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got 5 exercises that we love to do to get a faster first step. So a lot goes into creating a faster first step. It's very important for athletes to create that separation just to get out going strong. So a lot goes into it. These are just 5 exercises that we love to do. You can incorporate them in your routine. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you guys like it. All right guys, first thing we are doing plyometrics. So I know this is really broad, it's not one specific exercise, but plyometrics in general are really important to improve your sprint speed, that first step, even if it's jumping high or whatever you want, being a better all-around athlete. Plyometrics are really, really important. They do a great job of strengthening up the foot-ankle complex, working on contraction speed. So a bunch of benefits. I'm not gonna get too in-depth on those benefits because I've talked about them ad nauseum in the past, but for plyometrics, you're gonna wanna start with double leg stuff, make sure those are really good, and then you can progress to single leg. So a reason I love single leg plyometrics is the same reason I love doing unilateral exercises. If we can strengthen each side independently, it's gonna be better when we bring them together. So you really wanna make sure you're doing plyos. You see us all the time, whether it's pogos to start off, line hops, any type of rapid stretch and then a rapid contraction, right? That stretch shortening cycle, that's considered a plyometric. So doing a lot of those things are really going to help your sprint speed, that first step, putting your body on that rapid stretch, the rapid contraction, that's a great way to improve in your athleticism, to get where you want to go faster. You don't have that slow contraction. So any type of plyo, we'll give you guys some examples, but yeah, make sure you're hitting those. All right guys, number 2, we're doing single leg calf drops. So this is one of my all-time favorite exercises. For a similar reason why I love plyos, I love a single leg calf drop because it's a great way to put everything on stretch and rapidly contract. It's also a great way to strengthen up, once again, the foot-ankle complex. So if we can be really strong through there, you're going to see improvement in your sprint speed. And something that a lot of people forget, right? It's super important to strengthen up the hips, very important to strengthen up the knees as well. But that last point, when all that energy exits, is going through your ankle, through your foot. So we really need to be strong there. And if we can do a great job about putting all that on stretch and then rapidly contracting, then that's going to translate to the field really well, building up integrity and strength through there. So you're going to want to start, you can see in the demo, you're going to start high up, right on your toes. As fast as you can, you're going to drop and return back to the start. So it's not like a normal calf raise where you push up and you're just going kind of slowly, right? It's how fast can you drop your heel and return back to the start, right? I don't want your heel coming all the way down. Catch it and return as fast as you can. Number 3, we can't really talk about getting a faster first step unless we throw in some mechanic stuff. So wall drill is one of my favorite exercises that really honing in on the mechanics of actually sprinting that acceleration phase. So there's different types of wall drill that I hit, a single switch, double switch, triple switch, continuous. But the reason I love this is it does a great job at working on the lean, and it's a great way for athletes to get the idea and get the feel for the proper movement of our leg, right? So when it comes to acceleration and having a fast first step, what we really want is our legs to be like pistons. So we go from here, here, straight back down. So everything is bringing us horizontally. So the lean is a big part of this, as well as the mechanics of it. So we go from here, straight up. You should be able to see your toes beyond your knee, right? We don't want heel to butt. We want to get it out in front of us so everything is taking us forward. So when we hit wall drill, we just reinforce that movement pattern over and over. People are able to work on it. How fast can you go from here, boom, and back down, right? Driving everything into the ground to propel you forward. So this is one that I've integrated a lot in my training, and I see a huge, huge difference with it. Number 4, we're throwing in some type of reactive element. So in sports, everything is reactive. How fast can you go based on an external cue? So for number 4, we are doing something with a tennis ball drop. You've seen so many different examples that we've done throughout the years. We're just gonna show you guys some simple ones right now. But something where you essentially have the athlete respond to that external cue. Even if you don't have a tennis ball, you can clap. But like I said, for wall drill, being able to reinforce that pattern, have them practice it, do it 1,000 times in the gym, so then it can translate to the field, the court, whatever you're playing on, right? So doing something with a tennis ball, you have to make sure that the mechanics are locked in, because now their mind is on, let's say, catching that tennis ball, for example. So once everything's locked in, when you throw in an external cue or something that they have to try to grab, like the tennis ball, they're not necessarily thinking much about their movement pattern, right? They're not really in their head like they would be with, let's say, a wall drill. But with the tennis ball, they're just thinking, how fast can I get there? So the thing about the tennis ball, it doesn't instill the best mechanics if we're looking at it, for example, right? If I'm trying to look up to catch the tennis ball, I'm not looking down here just trying to drive forward. I'm kind of looking up, which means I'm, more upright myself, which isn't the best acceleration, like mechanics to get into. However, I love it for athletes because not every sport is going to be that, perfect track, lean forward, drive your hips down. A lot of sports, right, we're sprinting, we're chasing, we're knocking someone away from us, and we're upright because we're looking around. So it's a great way to get a fast first step, to be reactive, to have to boom, punch forward, everything goes forward, but it's still relatable to the sports we're playing, right? If you're a track athlete, then you might not want to do that. It'd be great to work on getting off the line. However, you want to instill those perfect mechanics for your sport. So I love doing something with the tennis ball, especially for athletes who do stuff with, some type of ball like soccer, football, basketball. So that reactive element is super great for working on instilling the mechanics to get a faster first step. All right, finally, number 5. We're doing some type of strength exercise. So I chose a rear foot elevated split squat. I absolutely love this exercise. It's unilateral. It does a great job at targeting the anterior and posterior, right? You get a lot of lateral and medial strengthening as well. This is just a really great way to strengthen everything up, right? The stronger we can be, the more of a foundation we have to be able to produce force, and then that's when we throw in some power stuff, right? So if you guys watch my videos way back in the day, I always said that strength is the foundation for power. The more force we can produce, we can then tune it up to be able to produce it quickly, which would be in turn power. So we want to make sure we are really good at producing that force. Rear foot elevated split squat is one of the best ways to do it. Make sure you're including that in your program. Great way to strengthen up the hips, all parts of the leg, the core. So yeah, check it out. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.